Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and this is another video in this series where we talk about vehicles that I am looking at potentially purchasing. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the all-new Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro. And with that being said, before in the video, as always, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get right into it. So funny enough, as I am filming this series on vehicles I'm going to buy, Toyota sends me out this 4Runner TRD Pro, and so now I have a bunch of access to talk about this vehicle that, you know, we're potentially looking at adding. So first off, let's talk about the engine under the hood with the 4Runner, because I think it's pretty important to discuss this. Oh, can't even close the door. Apparently, it's like 90 degrees outside, my brain's frying, but you know what? We're making videos because we got to. So 4-liter V6, almost said V8, under the hood, goes through a 5-speed automatic transmission. It's good for 270 horsepower and then 278 pound-feet of torque. It's not the most modern engine, but it's extremely reliable and robust, and that's great as, you know, a family vehicle because you don't want to worry about being broken down on the side of the road. Doesn't get the greatest fuel economy, 16 around town, 19 on the highway. I've been averaging like 15 miles per gallon. Now, the new 4Runner that's coming out that I think would be a cool option for me to look at is apparently going to have the Lexus NX engine. So it's a turbocharged 2.4-liter 4-cylinder, goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's good for like high 200s with the horsepower and then like low 300s with the torque. So yeah, I mean, that could be something. It'd get better fuel economy. It would not be as reliable and robust as this powertrain, but it would make the 4Runner more economical, and it'd be a little bit quicker as well. Now, aside from that, you know, from a family vehicle perspective, I think this is a really cool looking family vehicle, especially in this electric lime green that you can get for the new TRD Pro, right? You got the hood scoop there. That's not functional, but it looks cool. You got Toyota's old school logo here in the center. And then being the TRD Pro, we've got skid plates underneath. We have like 9.6 inches of ground clearance. So me as an off-road enthusiast, I'm very excited about this because it is really solid off-road. If you guys haven't seen my off-road review, definitely go watch that. You've got these aggressive all-terrain tires from the factory, which will be great in winter conditions, but on top of that, they'll be great for off-roading adventures that I like to go on. And then the interior seems to be made for kids because, first off, it's all black, so it's not going to show stains as much. And you guys can see there's no perforations in it, so it's going to be easy to clean off. As you guys can see, a little dust, we can clean that off pretty easily. They look cool with the red stitching. And, I mean, these are not going to tear easily either. So that's another thing, is the interior is really durable. And so this is something that, again, would be great for kids. Wouldn't have to worry about them beating up on it. And, you know, it's got enough modern tech. Like, if we start it up, it's got dual zone climate. It has heated seats. It's got a power sliding rear window, which is pretty cool. It's got a sunroof if you want to do sunny stuff. And again, off-road tech is great because it's got Toyota's crawl control system, if the camera will adjust, their crawl control system and all that kind of stuff. And it's got a rear locker. It's got their 8-track system, which is great. It has a backup camera. It has a 360 camera. Not the best resolution, but at least it has the tech. So it's got, like, I don't know, it's got quite a bit going for it. And you know, this is pretty inexpensive for all the vehicles I've been looking at. If I can get one at MSRP, that's any problem. You can see total MSRP with this, $53,000. The radio is accidentally on. $53,000. And $435 for 2022 if I got a 2022. Obviously, the redesigned version that'll probably come out as a 2023 or 2024 model year will be a little bit more expensive. I imagine TRD Pro is probably going to be closer to $60,000. But still, in terms of all the vehicles I'm looking at, this is on the cheaper side of things, if that makes sense, from a price point perspective. And so I think that's definitely solid. And so yeah, I think there's a lot to love about the 4Runner. It's a good, reliable, well, in this form, a good, reliable car. Obviously, the new one, I guess we'll kind of talk about that. Actually, I guess I've been averaging lower, 13.2. Yeah, off-roading definitely kills your fuel economy, and I've got to go move this back, and I guess we'll be in this nice air-conditioned vehicle while I'm moving this back. So, with the new generation 4Runner, it sounds like they're going to basically do a lot of changes to that, similar to what they've done with the Tundra and the Sequoia. So, it's going to have multi-link in the back, still going to have a solid rear axle. Apparently, it's going to be built off the same platform as the new Tundra, but again, turbocharged 4-cylinder is probably going to be the powertrain for it. Toyota's going with turbocharged engines for all their powertrains to be more economical. There might even be a hybrid available, similar to what you have with the Tundra, but I bet it'll be a hybrid paired with the turbocharged 4-cylinder, so it'll be a pretty interesting setup overall. And then obviously, you know, exterior changes similar to what you have with the new Tundra and the new Sequoia to kind of update it to look like, you know, what modern Toyotas are going to be looking like. And then obviously interior will be super similar to the Tundra. So like again, Tundra TRD Pro, imagine the seats in the TRD Pro and everything, those would be similar, which might make this make more sense for me because those seats would be harder to clean off than these seats from a little kid perspective. And then obviously they'll, you know, use more advanced Fox shocks, they'll tune the suspension, everything will be updated, so it'll drive a lot better than what this drives like. And I'm sure it'll be more capable off-road. It'll probably have a little bit more ground clearance, brake over, departure, all that kind of stuff will be a little bit better. Maybe they won't have an annoying TRD exhaust that sounds great but, you know, gets in the way. So the point that I'm trying to make is the new one's going to have quite a few updates that'll basically, you know, make this, even though this one's already pretty much outdated, make this one look even more outdated. But again, from a reliability standpoint, it might not necessarily be worth it. And something else I want to mention, I guess, that I will, safety first, throw on my seatbelt before we, come on Toyota, before we go out, is I really like how this thing drives. Again, it's like the perfect size. I mentioned this in my video that I made on the second channel, the 5 things that I love about the 4Runner and the 5 things that I don't exactly love. It's just, this is so smooth. Like, I know we're just driving like just down the street barely, but this is so smooth. And the turning radius is actually pretty good because we got 2-wheel drive. Am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it? Oh, yes, I made it. Yeah, so the turning radius is not all that bad. And yeah, it's just like the perfect size where it's very comfortable on like long drives and everything. But it's also small enough that it fits into parking spaces comfortably. And yeah, I don't know. I really like this. This was not expected, by the way. Parking skills. We're gonna say a 2 out of 10 for today. I really was not expecting to like this as much as I do. I thought that I was gonna come in this review and I was gonna be like, oh, this thing's super outdated, but now it's on the list. So yeah, I want you guys to let me know what you think about the 4Runner. If you guys are wondering from a modification standpoint, I don't know if I'd modify it all that much. I probably would go to an exhaust shop and figure out how to get rid of the exhaust tip that pokes so far out the side so I could have a better departure angle. But aside from fixing the exhaust on this, and some people might be pretty mad because they're like, fixing the exhaust, this has a good sounding exhaust. It's not about the sound, it's about the fact that it gets in the way. Other than that, I'd probably keep it stock because this is so capable. Like, the obstacles that I, you know, basically went through with this on the off-road review was just crazy to me. Like, I was not expecting a stock vehicle to be able to handle that, especially a 4Runner that's as old as this is with its traction control system and everything. Like, it's crazy like how capable this is. And so I think it would be a fun vehicle to go on like family day trips off-road, not worry to, you know, not do anything too crazy, right? But also not have to worry about getting stuck and all that. And obviously at the height that this is at, this is still pretty easy to get in and out of on a day-to-day basis. It's not like a crazy lifted truck or lifted Jeep like what I have currently. So yeah, there's definitely a lot going for this. It's the most reliable option that I'm looking at. So I think a lot of people appreciate that. And so yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on it. And I mean, also like, it's crazy. This has 9,000 miles on it, and it's still like, everything looks so brand new. And I know that 9,000 miles is, sorry about me hitting the camera there. I know that 9,000 miles is not a lot of miles, but you'd be surprised. A lot of these press cars that I get that have around that amount of mileage on them are just so beat up at that point that it's like not even like, you're like, okay, this does not hold up very, like, you know, that cars built by, I'm not talking about Toyota, I'm talking about other manufacturers. It's like cars built by those manufacturers do not hold up very well. But this, like, this looks identical to like new 4Runners that I review at Toyota dealerships. And so that's something that I like about this, is the durability aspect. And I think that for a family car, you know, obviously keep it a lot longer. And so I think this would be one that would make sense to keep a lot longer. But yeah, I've been rambling on for a while, so we'll cut things off in a second. So that's gonna sum things up for our video talking about potentially purchasing a Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you think that I should go for a different package, like the Trail Edition, for example. I think the one thing that I didn't really like about that, though, is the fact that it doesn't have like it has like cloth seats. I don't know if you can get the upgraded upholstery in the Trail Edition, though. I don't have access to enough 4Runners to be able to like know all of the specific differences between the packages. If I had more access, then obviously I would know that. But yeah, maybe like a Trail Edition, for example, that would be, you know, pretty much as capable as a TRD Pro, but then at a lot less expensive of a purchase price. And so that's something to think about. And so, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what package you think I should look at, if it should be TRD Pro, if it should be a different package on the 4Runner. And just, it looks so cool. It's outdated. It is outdated for sure, but it looks pretty. I'll see you guys.